I know if we reach out to them, we can wake them up. Most of them are good men and women. And I tend to do harm sometimes when I fly off the handle and start foaming at the mouth about police and military when I see them engaging in treason. You know, I got this AP video. Did you guys see the video I sent you of the old woman and they go kill her little dog in her house? And then the cops are defending themselves? I mean, her grandson hadn't lived there in 12 years. He's 28 years old now. That's one of the last known addresses they've got. They show up with a warrant, and she comes to the door, and she says, let me put my dog in the bathroom. And she puts the dog in the bathroom, and it's a little dog. I don't even know what type it is. They never say on the news. It's like some little mutt. I mean, there it is, very vicious. They put it in the bathroom, and the cops went in the bathroom, and it growled at them, so they shot it. That is standard procedure. They call it dog-killing detail. Meanwhile, in the name of stopping drugs, the government literally ships the majority of in on record now. They won't stop what's happening on our borders where it's just total bedlam, because there's people shooting back, folks. I mean, since when did Americans become so cowardly? If you're going to have a law about drugs, what are you doing trying to bust some guy who may have a quarter ounce of marijuana? Why aren't you going after the people that are bringing tons of cocaine in? All right, I'm done talking about it. See, I start talking about how I don't want to be angry at the police and military, but then I get angry just thinking about it. But it's the leadership. It's the policies. It's how they've been directed. I mean, look at this article. This is Mother Jones. And we'd already seen reports of this in the news. Louisiana police pull over activists at behest of BP. Everyone knows how the BP is still blocking press access to the oil spill sites, even though they're not supposed to anymore. Yeah, that's on record. The police have been told, by the way, that that's illegal. Just to have some private contractor just claim no one can be on a beach. I've been blathering about it for weeks, and it's been all over 3 days since 4 contractors wouldn't let me through the Ponte Aux Marina outside of Louisiana. And though as of June 16th, the federal government has been saying helicopters could fly reporters as low as 1,500 feet around spill sites, on June 17th, I was on a helicopter that was prohibited from flying below 3,000 feet and whose pilot was flipped silent birds as the military guys coming over the radio and hassling him about being in the area at all. So some type of electronic bird flipping. I don't know that communication or nomenclature. But Louisiana State Police pulling over a video camera wielding private citizen because the head of BP security wanted to ask him some questions is a whole other level of alarming. Yeah, folks, I'm consulting on Ventura's TV show right now. I am making my own film on eugenics and chemtrails right now. I am doing radio interviews every day. I'm not complaining. I just really don't have time to go to Louisiana and then not be here on the radio. I mean, do you not want me to be here? I guess I could try to take some digital gear and do the show from there, but then I'm sitting there 4 hours a day. I guess that's the answer. In fact, just go ahead now and get speed order the, because we've got one that's in the rack, but a Comrex unit that's portable. Then I got to find hotels that don't have phone lines or digital lines that put gates on it, because we've hooked them up before, and then the hotel firewall won't let you connect. And I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a nightmare. You're sitting there for an hour or two trying to get connected to the network. Then maybe it's not a good connection. Maybe it's breaking up sometimes. I mean, the Skype connection we have to England is phenomenal. It sounds like broadcast radio. That's why we're having Paul Watson on. Of course, now he's moving to another city in England. But his girlfriend's getting her PhD in another city. But watch, I bet his Skype doesn't work well from the new location. But I was like, finally, I got somebody who can fill in for me who's intelligent and sounds great. So we'll see how long that lasts. I'm already digressing here. It's just, I read stuff like this. I want to go directly to where this happened. Oh, you want to ask me questions, officer? Yeah, I've noticed when you cow, though, the cops think it's normal. It's like, you're pulling me over with a video camera because BP wants to know. I'm here to cover this. Haven't you heard the big international scandal that all these reporters were forced off beaches by police under BP orders, and that you've been told even by the president and the governors not to do this? What is your name? And if I get a hothead cop on roids, they'll probably just kill me right there. I mean, you know, Lord knows I'm an evil American who wants to be able to go tell people what's happening at the Gulf. And who wants to bring BP to justice. Isn't that what you want? I mean, how do they get cops to act like this? What planet do they find these lunatics on? Wake up. Now, I know a lot of cops are cool, and maybe they're scared for their jobs and want to follow these orders, but that doesn't cut it, man. You know how many sacrifices I've made to not compromise? Unbelievable.
A 62-year-old grandmother is mad and grieving after police shot and killed her 13-year-old dog, Wrinkles.
You can see all the bullet holes, about 8 bullet holes, all up and down the steps with bullets everywhere.
Marietta Robinson says officers showed up with a search warrant for drugs in relation to her 28-year-old grandson, and she let them in her house under one condition.
I asked his permission. May I put my dog in the bathroom or in the backyard? He said, go ahead and put her in the bathroom. We're not going to hurt her.
But Wrinkles was killed anyway after an officer opened the bathroom door.
They started shooting the dog, and I screamed, and I backed up, and I went around this way, and I said, please don't shoot her.
Police say the dog attacked an officer. Robinson says officers even used her water cooler after killing her dog.
They washed their hands in my drinking water.
Robinson says the shooting never had to happen because her grandson hasn't lived in her home for 12 years.
My grandson, couldn't he come in here because he haven't lived here so long? My dog don't know my grandson.
We looked through the whole incident.
Police are investigating to see if any policies were violated.
They can't bring me my dog back. I don't want no apology. They need to be fired and get somebody on the job that know what they're doing.
Robinson says police told her they found bags with drug residue inside. She says they're fortune cookie wrappers. Myra Lopez, The Associated Press.
Now, you got to love it. Some old woman, grandson hadn't lived there in 12 years. They found some fortune cookie wrappers. I've seen them SWAT team a Patriot because they have an American flag or Gadsden flag sticker on their car. In fact, I have a clip of this from Road to Tyranny from the news choppers, and the police then tell them, yes, we found a pipe bomb. And then they show jumper cables, and it came out in court, and they had to drop the case. The fellow's name was Farrell Montgomery out in Arizona. So they pull over somebody who's got an American flag on their car or a "Don't Tread on Me" sticker. I mean, they're going to get beaten. They tasered him, let the police dog, while he was on the ground being tasered, bite him. He didn't resist. He got out with his hands up. And then they said, oh, we better frame him. See, police, why do you act like this? Well, why have you been trained to hate Americans? They're like attack dogs that have been trained, if they see an American or a patriot, they're bad. And the Southern Poverty Law Center, ADL, has taught them this. Now, a lot of cops are waking up, but a lot of them aren't.